Hey, I just wanted to quickly answer one of the questions I'm asked most frequently, which is what is Mysore and what is Ashtanga? And so before we get into Mysore, which is a specific type of class, I want to talk about Ashtanga. So a lot of times when you go to a studio, you're going to be probably taking a Vinyasa flow. It's a class that will change every single week. It's very creative. It varies a lot from teacher to teacher. And Ashtanga is the exact opposite of that. It is a set flow, and so you're gonna know exactly what you're getting every single time. And I will tell you from the perspective of someone who I've been practicing yoga for about 10 years, and I only recently discovered Ashtanga earlier this year. I thought that I would absolutely hate Ashtanga because of the fact that it's a set sequence. But what I found is that I was actually able to access a much deeper flow state because of the fact that it was repetitive. And while it is repetitive, every single day that you do the practice, it's going to feel different because your body varies day by day drastically, and you're also going to be able to see your progress. It's not like you'll be just visiting a posture once and then not seeing it again in class for many weeks. And so when we talk about Mysore, if you see Mysore on a schedule at a studio, the best way to think about it, in my opinion, is the equivalent of like a yoga open gym. So if you ever played sports and you would just have these kind of like open windows for practice where you show up and you work on what it is that you need to work on. And so with Mysore, you'll most likely be working through the primary series and then eventually into second series and all of that. But you technically don't need to know anything to show up. And this is one of the things people get really afraid because it feels really vulnerable. You just show up to the studio with your mat and you don't have any guidance necessarily, but you are going to be having guidance. So you can think of it like self-practice under the guidance of a teacher. And so there will be lots of opportunities for one-on-one feedback, adjustments, which is really key. And honestly, I can say that my knowledge of alignment in my own practice and my ability to give adjustments as a teacher to other students was all developed during my hours and hours spent in Mysore. So it can be extremely beneficial for your understanding of postures that you might just normally go through really quick in a class and not fully have the time to break down. So it'll be entirely at your pace. And so you might say, okay, that sounds great, but I still don't know what I'm going to be doing. So traditionally, a teacher would actually give you the posture, demo it right there for you, tell you what to do, guide you through it. And then as you were ready, they would add another one. If I personally had to go to a Mysore today and I was starting all over, I would learn the sun salutations, sun salutation A and B in the Ashtanga style. And there's lots of different YouTube videos. I actually have one myself I can link in the show notes. But have that little piece or that little project to go and work on. And then from there, you can get additional guidance. Again, you really don't necessarily need to know anything. You can just show up. And I know that it could be intimidating to do so, but if you are really looking to deepen your practice, I think it'll be extremely beneficial for you, and I would highly recommend it. So if you have any other questions on Ashtanga or Mysore, I'm happy to answer those from a perspective of someone who is also relatively new in this realm of yoga, and I have by no means been doing Ashtanga my whole life, so I hope to bring you some answers that are relatable and approachable for you in your practice. You can message me on here on YouTube, or you can also send me a DM on Instagram at Shauna Crew, and I'd be happy to chat. All right, that's all I've got for you today. All the love and all the power to you, and I'll see you in the next video.